How am I feeling coming into Sydney's Backyard Ultra? Pretty excited. I was relaxed, but now we're coming up to a couple of hours until we start. It's cranking up the excitement inside me. Yeah, I really feel it. Body, it was a pretty quick prep, but I don't feel too bad. I reckon I'll be pretty well primed for this.
And obviously you signed up like super late notice. But talk to us a bit about your game plan for the event, also being your first one. Curious to get your mindset coming into this.
Yeah, so my game plan for the event is learn quickly and just keep going. I mean, that seems to be the theme of these events is just don't give up, keep going. I don't mind being tested in that way. That should be a bit of fun. In terms of the more specifics in any other strategies, I'm going to be learning on the fly, watching what the others do. Still, I've been running ultras for years, so I know a lot about what works for me, and I'll be sticking to that. But then there'll be some elements where I'll definitely be looking at what the others do and trying to learn quickly.
And off of that, like there is the best backyard ultra runners in Australia are all running at this event. What's your sort of take on the competition field in that regards?
Yeah, there's a pretty hot field coming into this event. And I didn't know about that when I mean, it was still only a bit over a week, a couple of days ago I signed up, but I didn't know about the field since I found out. And that has got me more excited. I'd much prefer to be racing against the top guys and girls. And be able to, that at least means that this should go long, this race. So I'll be able to peg myself against the best, and if I can handle it, then I'll be able to, hopefully I can joust with some of the best as well. But, I see that a lot of the top guys, where they started, they had shorter, results. I think there's definitely a bit of learning to go in. So I've got some naivety for sure coming into this. And so I don't know what I don't know. Looking around, seeing how others prep their gazebos and tents, and I might do a bit of the same. So I'm well organized. When it comes to the running and the food and energy, I've had a lot of years of practice in that. So those parts should go all right in. Though these are pretty fit athletes again. So it'll come down to the mind games and sleep, I think, after a couple of days. And I've got no idea what this is going to be like. So I don't know if I'll be here in a couple of days or if after 24 hours, just the different format means that this is much tougher on me than I expected. But I really hope I'm here for a couple of days and I get to have a really good test of how I can go, and hope to be pushing some of these, these guys who have been doing this for a long time.
Sick. You currently hold the record of running the fastest from Perth to Sydney in only 40 days. You've done a number of other feats such as kayaking the Bass Strait, finishing the 240 kilometre ultra coast to Cozzy. This is your first backyard ultra. Talk to us about how your previous feats have helped prepare you for this.
I think the Transcon Australia will be the most helpful. And I mean, leading into that, running to Melbourne was a huge help for Transcon. That mental mindset. And during that journey, I really had to teach myself along the way. I didn't have others that I really listened to before about that, or a coach or anything like that, but a bit of trial and error. And I had a bit more variable days in the first half of that. And then the second half, I really locked in. What I'm cautious about is this is my first sort of serious test of the mind and body since that Transcon. And it'll be interesting to find out if I can use those techniques or if I've still got some pain scars, because it was pretty traumatic by the end. It's like the amount of stress on my mind by the end of that. It was really tough, and getting to the finish line was the only way out of it. So I haven't really put myself to the grindstone since then. But the only way out of this event is to go as deep into the pain cave as you can go. And with the top competitors in the field that we have here tomorrow, it means that there's going to be no easy way out. Like you're going to, I don't know, 100 yards or hours or multiple days, and there's no shortcut. So I'm interested to dive back into that zone and see how I perform.
And what was it that made you want to do Sydney Backyard Ultra as your first backyard ultra?
it's Sydney Backyard Ultra came up at the right time. And really, I was talking to my old neighbour, Rowan, and he got in my ear about this exciting event a week away that he'd signed up for and been training for a long time. He was telling me about his training plans, and I was, talking through the strategies he had for it. I was interested in those, and some of them I'm like, oh, that sounds ridiculous. And he's like, that's what all the top guys do. I'm like, oh, I don't know, but it's just a weekend chat. And then after a couple of days, it was plaguing on my mind, and I was like, oh, wouldn't mind knowing more. Of course, I've heard of backyard ultras, but not looked into the real detail of it. And then midweek, I got on Google and I was like, let's find out more. And it just got stuck in my mind. So last weekend, I went for a medium long run on Saturday just to test the bot out, and felt all right. And so Sunday, hit enter. And then trained hard for another 2 days, and then starting to rest up and feel all right.
Epic. I love it. With 500 people running this event, obviously a lot of the big things you've done can be quite isolated and lonely. Does that sense of community excite you, knowing there's going to be, over 1,000 people here, 500 runners?
The buzz of all the competitors and all the crew and spectators. I mean, if there's spectators outside of that, I think most of it will be crew that are dragged along by the competitors. But that'll be really exciting. I'm looking forward to being a part of that. The other events I've done have been very isolated most of the time, except for perhaps a 0.01% finish line. And I think when I'm under a lot of pressure, I actually perform well isolated, and I go into sort of my own little cave where I'm just putting all the effort I have just into focusing on doing what I have to do, and I don't find I've got the energy for too much chat and entertaining or anything outside of that. Just doing what I have to do. So I'm sure I'll go into that in this event. But the first day, it's a slow pace. There's breaks, regular breaks, and so I'm looking forward to enjoying that, trying to stay relaxed, have a bit of chat while out there jogging. That'd be like a weekend run, with a lot of people. That'll be fantastic.
Epic. As a rookie to the backyard ultra space, if you could ask Australian record holder Phil Gore a question for a piece of advice, what would you ask him?
If I had the chance to ask Phil Gore for a piece of advice right now, it'd be, how is he adapting his game plan tomorrow for Donald Trump's tariffs and the market volatility?
Right. What does winning mean to you?
I'm here for the adventure. That's really what I'm here for. And that's what got in my mind when I was talking to Ro a week ago. What I had to come to reconcile in my mind before starting the Transcon was that it was going to be really easy to be a week into that, call it 5-week journey, and have a bad day or two, and then the record will be out of reach. And then what am I going to do? Am I going to run as hard as I can for another 4 weeks, putting in full effort, going through what's undoubtedly going to have a lot of pain while feeling like a failure and it's all a waste of time? Or am I doing it for another purpose? So that was something that I really had to come to terms with before I started. And it led me down the path of, no, I want this for a lifetime adventure. And that really changes how I approach other events now. This is the next one after that, but I'm excited by the adventure and the experience and something new. The spectators in the early days, testing out this new format and trying to hack it it's like a computer game to be hacked in how you can optimize it. Meeting these new competitors, seeing how I perform under this type of pressure again. That's the experience and the adventure I want out of this. I'm naturally very competitive, so I'll be giving it everything I've got to go for the win. I'm, very much acknowledging that there's undoubtedly a lot to learn in how to go about these backyard ultras as well. So I could be well off the mark here, but I'm going to do everything I can to win this thing. I'm just, that'd be an added icing on the cake for me, for the adventure and the experience.
Well, best of luck for the event. We'll certainly be rooting for you. This is gift from the race directors.
Oh wow, some merch.
If you want to
Yeah.
give us a bit of a look.
I love it. This you can't have enough full brim hats when you're out there all day, or a rain hat as we might need. I hope this has got some maximum cooling in it because I am a sweaty man. And I hope it's a bull size, not a ultra marathoner skinny size. Nah, they knew. They knew that's a bull size. And we've got a daytime edition as well. Some sweet kit. Thank you. Oh, that's that's got some stretch to it. That's on like like what's going on there? It's just for gymnastics. Can fit 2 people in there. All right, how good.